Here is an ancient chess puzzle which was developed by George Walker in the year 1841. Here it is white's turn to play, but it's not easy to find the best move because black is currently threatening to checkmate on the g2 square. So white needs to be extremely careful before playing any random move. Also, don't forget that white has a passed pawn on the 7th rank and is waiting to be promoted on the 8th. So taking all of this information together, can you find a move which can save white's game? Your time starts now. So since black is threatening to checkmate here, white cannot play any of the pawn moves over here or move this rook to either of these squares because that will simply lead to the checkmate. So the only good move that can be made is with this rook. But now the question is, where should we move this rook to? So if you get it to the e2 square, thinking that sacrificing the rook might save the game, then actually it won't. Because black can now simply capture this rook, and once again black is threatening to checkmate on the g1 square. Now it doesn't matter if white tries to give a check over here, then black can simply capture, and now this pawn queens, and now this captures, and again there is a checkmate threat over here. White king moves, it's a check, king moves, and now it's a checkmate. So let's go back. So therefore rook to e2 doesn't work. What if white tries to give a check on the e7 square? Well, that doesn't work either because queen can simply capture the rook, and now if rook b8 check, then king takes rook, and now although the pawn queens, but white is down in material by 3 points and it's not gonna be easy for white to win this game. So let's go back. So the only winning move that can save white's game is rook to b8 check, and now it doesn't matter what black plays here because in every possible move white can simply draw this game. So since black is under check, he has 4 options to go. So let's see what happens in each of these options. So if the king moves to the a7 square, then white can simply check again. King moves to b7, rook g to b8 check, king moves to c6, and now the pawn queens. And here it looks like that white is completely winning because white is up by 7 points in material. But hey, it's black's turn, and now black can simply draw this game by giving repeated checks with his queen. So starting with queen h4 check, king moves, queen e1 check, king moves, queen h4 check, and now this game would simply get drawn by threefold repetition. So let's go back. So king to a7 is not working. What about king to a6? Well, again we can check the king with our rook. King moves to b5, and now again we need to find a move to check the king, otherwise we are losing over here. So though there are 3 options to check the king, the only move that saves the game for white is rook takes a5 check. Now it doesn't matter with what piece does black capture this rook back, because in either of the case it would be a draw. So if black captures this rook with the pawn, then you can simply play rook b8 check, king moves, and now the pawn queens. And because white is up in material and his winning chances are more, black would now simply draw this game by giving repeated checks with his queen. So queen h4 check, king moves, again check, moves, and this would be a draw by the threefold repetition rule. So let's go back. So king a6 is also not working. So now let's look at the other option. What if king moves to c7? Then you can check again with the other rook, king moves to d7, and now the pawn queens, and now as we have seen earlier, black can simply draw this game by giving repeated checks with his queen. Let's move back. And if king moves to the c6 square, then it's the same story again. King moves, pawn queens, and now black can simply draw this game. So let's go back to the original puzzle. So the only move that saves the game for white is rook to b8 check. So like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to solve more of such interesting puzzles. And now it's time for the question of the day. So this puzzle is quite brain racking because you need to find the correct order of moves in order to checkmate the white king. So can you find the winning moves for black? Let me know your answers in the comments box, and I'll see you in the next video.